Hello coders, I welcome you all. In this video, we are going to discuss constants in C. Constants in C refers to fixed values that do not change during the execution of a program. C supports several types of constants like numerical constants and character constants. Numerical constants can be integer constants or real constants. Character constants can be single character constants, simply called as character constants, or string constants. Also, C supports backslash character constants and symbolic constant. Let's first discuss integer constants. So an integer constant refers to a sequence of digits. We can represent integer constant in the following ways: in decimal form, in octal form, or in hexadecimal form. So let's first discuss decimal form of integer constants. Decimal form, which is base 10. It is the default number system in C. Please remember this. Decimal form is the default number system in C. The allowed digits are 0 to 9. Optional plus or minus. Positive numbers and negative numbers both are supported. Here you can see some examples. Integer amount is equal to 999. Integer flag is equal to -1. So these are some examples of decimal integers that you can see over here. Now next, in integer constants, next form is octal form. Also we can call as octal numbers. So in octal form, the allowed digits are 0 to 7. The literal values should be prefixed with 0. So as you can see here, integer b and here prefixed 0 front of this number. So this number is considered as octal number. So any number prefixed with 0, that number is considered as octal number. So this is second form of integer constant, octal form. It is in base 8. Now next, hexadecimal form, which is base 16. The allowed digits are 0 to 9, A to F. Both lowercase and uppercase are allowed, and the literal value should be prefixed with 0x or 0 capital X. That you can see over here. Integer b is equal to 0 cross 1, 2, 3. This is an example of hexadecimal integer, means hexadecimal form of integer constant. Now let's discuss real constants, which is also called as floating point constant. So floating point constants specify values that must have a fractional part. So integer number are not suitable for representing quantities that change continuously, such as temperature, time, distance, and weight. So these quantities are represented by numbers containing fractional part like 25.5, 30.5. Likewise, such numbers are called real or floating point constants that you can see over here. Float f is equal to 1.234. So this is an example of real constant that you can see over here. Numbers containing fractional part 1.234. So this is called as real constant or floating point constant. So please do remember, we can also represent floating point values by using exponential form, which is also called as scientific notation. As you can see here, float e is equal to 1.2 e raised to 3. Instead of lowercase e, we can use uppercase e as well. So let's represent this scientific notation into floating point number. So we can write 1.2 cross 10 raised to 3. So we can write 12 divided by 10 cross 1000, which is equal to 1200. So this way we can also represent floating point values by using exponential form called as scientific notation. Now let's discuss character constants. Character constants can be single character constants, simply called as character constant, or string constant. As you can see some of the examples of character constant. Character constant contains single character. In C programming language, we have to enclose single character within a pair of single quote marks that you can see over here. A in single quote, Z in single quote, and B in single quote. So these are some examples of single character constants. Now let's discuss string constants. As you can see some of the examples of string constants. String means sequence of characters. In C programming language, string enclosed in double quotes. As you can see over here, hello in double quotes, amount in double quotes, 1, 2, 3 in double quotes. So these are some examples of string constants that you can see over here. Now let's revise constants. So please remember, constants in C refer to fixed values that do not change during the execution of a program. C supports several types of constants like numerical constants and character constants. Numerical constants can be integer constants or real constants. Character constants can be single character constants, also called as character constants or string constants. And in upcoming videos, we will discuss backslash character constants and symbolic constant. Let me show you this practically. So let's jump to code block. As you can see here, currently I am using code blocks. You can use any other editor as well. Let me write void main and let's declare integer constant. Integer a is equal to 10. Let's declare floating point or real constant b equal to 10.2. Let's declare character constant. In C, we can declare character constant within single quotes. And for string constants, we have to create character array. As you know, in C programming language, string enclosed in double quotes. Let's display these values on console using printf function. So for this integer constant means for decimal value, we have to use %d format specifier. Also, you can use %i for integer. Let me use %d and a. Let me use here /n. Now let's display floating point or real constant. So for that we have to use %f format specifier. Let me use /n and b printf, and for character constant we have to use %c as a format specifier. Let me use /n for new line and c our variable name. Let me use printf, and to print string we have to use %s and our variable name str. Let me save this. Let me run this code. As you can see over here, integer constant, real or floating point constant, character constant and string constant that you can see over here. So this way we can declare different constants, and this way we can print using printf function that you can see over here. Now let's discuss integer constants. So an integer constants refers to a sequence of digits. We can represent integer constant in the following ways: in decimal form, in octal form, or in hexadecimal form. Let me show you this practically. Let's jump to code blocks. Let me create new file, empty file, and let me save this with constant1.c, and let me write void main, and let me declare a is equal to 10. In decimal format, let me write integer b equal to 0, 1, 2 and 3. This is octal number, and c is equal to 0 cross 1, 2, 3. So this way we can declare decimal number, octal number and hexadecimal number. As you know, decimal number or decimal form base 10. It is the default number system in C. The allowed digits are 0 to 9. We can also declare positive or negative numbers like this that you can see over here. Integer constants in decimal form. Next is octal form base 8. The allowed digits are 0 to 7. And as you know, the literal value should be prefixed with 0 like this. Integer b 0, 1, 2, 3 that you can see over here. 0, 1, 2, 3. Octal form, also called as octal number. Next is hexadecimal form base 16. The allowed digits are 0 to 9, A to F. Both lowercase and uppercase are allowed. And as you know, the literal value should be prefixed with 0x or 0 capital X like this that you can see over here. This is hexadecimal form. This is octal form. Now let me use printf %d a. Let me use /n. Let me write printf %d /n for new line and b printf %d and c. Let me save this code and let me run this code. As you can see over here, it is displaying number in decimal format that you can see over here. 10 in decimal, you can see decimal value for this octal number and decimal value for this hexadecimal number that you can see over here. As I said, C compiler always provide values in decimal format that you can see over here. So this way we can declare decimal number, octal number and hexadecimal number that you can see over here. Now let me take another example. Let me create new empty file. Let me save this with name constant 3.c. Let me write void main. And we have to write a program to print given decimal number into hexadecimal and octal number. So user will provide decimal number and we have to convert that decimal number into hexadecimal and octal number. So let me declare x and let me write one message for the user using printf. Enter the decimal number and let me use /n for new line. Let me take input from the user in decimal format and let me print first decimal number equal to percentage %d and x. Let me use /n for new line. Now let me use printf. Now let's print given decimal number into octal number. So octal number is equal to, we have to use percentage %o for octal number. That will print given decimal number into octal number. With help of this format specifier percentage %o and let me print x. Now let's print hexadecimal number. So for that we have to use percentage %x format specifier to print decimal number into hexadecimal number, and here is x. So this way we can display given decimal number into hexadecimal and octal number. Let me run this code. Let me enter 16. As you can see over here, decimal number is equal to 16. Equivalent octal number is 20 and equivalent hexadecimal number is 10 for given decimal number that you can see over here. You can give any other number as well. Let me run this code once again. Let me give 100. As you can see here, decimal number is equal to 100. Equivalent octal number for this decimal number is 144 and equivalent hexadecimal number for 100 is 64. So this way we can display given decimal number into hexadecimal and octal number. Hope all of you are clear with constants in C programming. Hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe this channel. If you like this video, smash that like button. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care. Bye bye. See you in the next video.